Get out of my way! Come on!
Touch her!
You're in my property! I'll go you up!
What's going on?
Just get out of my face! He went after my throat!
You came up to him and I'm an eyewitness. You came right in his face and grabbed. I'm an eyewitness. Grab me.
That's right!
Coweta County 911 operator 67, where's your emergency?
I'm at 6.
Okay, what's going on?
My neighbor attacked my mom and put his hands around my mother's neck. She's got a handprint on her neck.
Okay, are they separated or are they still fighting?
They're not still fighting. They're separated now, but I still wanted to make a report.
Okay.
Eastern District 1, clear Johnson Road.
And I'm assuming you want to press charges, right?
I'm assuming you want to press charges, right?
Let her have access to her.
Okay. As far as the incident, what's your thoughts on that?
If you guys would impress upon him that he could go to jail.
Okay.
And that we will be calling every time he walks that area.
Okay.
And I think we'll try and do it a little less aggressively.
All right. That's 100% up to you. So we'll go talk to him. It's right next door, right? And his name's David.
Dave, his name is David. No, like if I'm the one who has to live here. If that was me he attacked, I would be pressing charges because I have to live here.
Charlie North Lincoln 3310. Charlie North Lincoln 3310.
Rascal, stop.
Let's press charges.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
Charlie CT'd from Temple Avenue now, the Waffle House.
Charlie is?
Yep.
Man, that was his go-to.
Yep.
Leave Charlie alone. That's so mean to that man.
They were asking for, he went in there and said, I would like 2 cigarettes to go, please.
On the door and said, hey, can you let me out?
I did knock on the door and she jumped over the fence and charged at me and she bumped into me and I pushed her off of me.
Okay, so let's leave the parking lot. Let's talk about what happened when y'all were talking. What was going on then?
I told her to move her truck and she wouldn't move her truck, so we got into a verbal exchange. I got nasty with her. I started calling them names. I told her, you need to get your my driveway. I was calling her name. I got nasty with her because she was trespassing. This is my private property. She has no right to be over here.
I understand that.
I understand.
Okay, and the altercation, it was just verbal?
Yeah, the woman jumped over the fence. I knocked on the door and got back on the sidewalk. She jumped over the fence. She was so angry. And I said, what is this? And she said, who are you, buddy? And she came up on me and she touched me and I pushed her off of me. And that was it.
Okay. So, as far as name calling and things like that, what was all being said?
They called me names and I called them bitches and they called me bitches and stuff.
Okay. All right. But they do have a video of you grabbing that lady around the neck.
I would like to see it.
You
I
can.
would like to see it. Because she came up on me and I pushed her off of me. Yeah, I went for her.
And then you were yelling, saying you were going to f them up. You were calling them bitches. You threatened to kill them.
No, I didn't. I did not say
In the video, it clearly says that. In the video, it clearly says that. In the video, it clearly says that. In that video, does he ever say he's gonna kill y'all or just F y'all up?
I never ever said I would kill you.
Alright, well, regardless, you call them all bitches and tell them you're gonna f them up.
But I never said I would
That's
kill
a threat, though.
I never said I'd kill you.
But just saying you're gonna f somebody up is a threat.
Oh, she was a threat when she ran in my face and touched me. She put her hands on me.
Look, from what I can see, you were the primary aggressor in this whole situation, okay? So, you may not agree with it. You may want to see the video. You can file an open records request to try to see that video with the police department. But tonight, you're going to go to jail, okay? You're going to go to jail. Turn around.
My medication.
In that video, does he ever say he's gonna kill y'all or just F y'all up?
Did not say
In the video, it clearly says that.
I know he says I'm gonna f y'all. It's kind of a long video though.
Alright.
I told him, let me get you a case number. You'll be able to put in a...
Are you the restaurant?
I am, yes ma'am.
What? You saw him coming out?
In the video, yes ma'am.
Can we see the video?
You can do an open records request at the police department and you'll be able to see that video. Because it's on her private phone, she doesn't have to show that to anybody. Now who's mom? Are you mom?
I'm mom and stepmom.
Okay. Good enough. Good enough. I just needed to know for the report. William Hall. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Are y'all from here? From the area? Just okay.
So, Ed and I live off Joe Brown.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, congratulations on buying the house. That's a big step. That's a big step.
26 years old. She is a speech language pathologist. She graduated high school early. She whooped the tail out of all of her education. I'm so proud of her.
Well, good.
And I hate that she's bumped into something that was unfortunate.
Just don't let this ruin things. There's always going to be ignorant people. There's always going to be ignorant people. There's always going to be ignorant people. Oh, you know, it could be that side tomorrow, this side today. You know, I just bought a house last year. I don't particularly like who I live by, but you know, the good thing about it is you only have to interact with them as much as you want to. Or in situations like this, just call us and we'll come help out.
Mr. Brandon was charged with simple battery, terroristic threats, and disorderly conduct. So I want to pay real close attention to the disorderly conduct charge that Mr. Brandon was charged with, and it derived from cursing and using derogatory terms while in a public area. However, the lady did the same exact thing as she used curse words as well towards Mr. Brandon. How come she wasn't charged with disorderly conduct as well? So according to Newnan Police Department, does free speech only pertain to victims or to the ladies in this part, and Mr. Brandon did not have his right to free speech? When it comes to the simple battery charge, it does look like as if she did reach out to try and push Brandon first. He retained a private attorney, and we'll get into that here in a few moments. But had his private attorney maybe broke this down and looked at this, he may have had a better chance in court to defeat this, as this does look along the lines of self-defense. When it comes to the terroristic threats charge, this very well could have been mitigated had the lady not reached out and, you know, attempted to push him first. Then maybe that statement wouldn't have been said. But however, the F word can be construed as multiple different meanings in the English language, such as, you know, different meanings, derogatory, positive, certain sorts of difference of opinions when it comes to that. So I'm wondering if the Newnan police officer took that as a form. He used it as the threat form of that, which it very well possibly could have been. When it comes to the actual arrest, the officer Hull asked the lady would she like to press charges, and her statement was just to let it go. To me, and this is my opinion, is that he looks to have maybe pressed the issue a little bit, because she said let it go, not once but twice. However, she then changed her mind to try and push him, to try and push the officer to tell him, that he could be arrested. So that means being could be arrested still means that she doesn't want to press charges. She just wants to let it go. And then it felt like this officer was not taking no for an answer until she said she wanted to press charges. Because as soon as she said, yes, let's do it, let's press charges, he immediately got onto it and went outside and made contact with Mr. Brandon. According to Mr. Brandon, he was forced to plead guilty in this as a guilty plea because he was threatened with a very lengthy jail sentence had he taken this to trial. Now, we did find that his attorney, Mr. John Tucker, in the Supreme Court of Georgia, did suspend his license back in 2014 for some complaints and some issues that he had in the past. Georgia Transparency had requested these records on December 22nd and was responded by that the Newnan Police Department does not have access to this as they've changed software. However, after a few emails back and forth, we demanded the video, and the final email that we got in return was we're going to get the records and the charge is waived for this request. So keep that in mind. Therefore, there is no charge for this request on the 22nd of December of 2022. On or around December 27th, Mr. Brandon also requested these records and was told the exact same thing. And then he had finally pushed the issue, and then the same exact record was requested, has been rated, been picked up, and he was going to be charged $10 for the same exact records we got for free. Was this racially motivated? I'm interested to know your opinion and thoughts in the comments of this video. Had Mr. Brandon been white, would he have not been arrested? Could this been along the lines of mutual combat between two? Why wasn't the video that was recorded by the victim looked at a little bit more carefully? I want to get your thoughts, opinions in the comment section again of this video. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and Georgia Transparency is out.